Hello from Kingfisher, Oklahoma. Today we're looking at Genesis 48 and 49, and I'm going to give you 5 things from there. First, before he dies, Grandpa Jacob is going to bless his grandsons, the ones that belong to Joseph. And he switches the order of blessing. The younger gets blessed ahead of the older, which is uncommon in this culture, but Jacob himself stole the blessing, as you remember, from his brother Esau. So it's not really above him to do those sort of things. Second, this blessing chapter shows us the tribes of Israel that are to come. Joseph's 2 sons become 2 tribes. So Joseph gets a double blessing here through his sons. You've got Ephraim, Manasseh, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah. We'll see all the names in a minute, but each one gets a special blessing from their father, Jacob/Israel. Number 3, notice he's going to call Levi an instrument of cruelty. An instrument of cruelty due to the incident with Dinah where he and his brother went and slaughtered a whole town. Now Levi is actually going to be the Levites. The tribe of Levi is going to represent the priesthood. So it's interesting how God can take somebody and change their path as they devote themselves to him. He does the same with us today. That's why we need Jesus. We need grace. We need him to change our path in life. And we're going to see that with the Levites. Number 4, Judah is called a lion. That's where we get the phrase Lion of Judah. Also, we see the scepter being named in this blessing. So the rulers are going to come from him. An ultimate ruler of everything is going to be Jesus. So he's going to receive the scepter. Number 5, Jacob wants to be buried in the same place as his people. So we're going to see that towards the end of things, how Jacob gets to go to the burying place that his fathers have. So let's check it out. Chapter 48, verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that one told Joseph, Behold, thy father is sick. And he took with him his 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. And one told Jacob and said, Behold, thy son Joseph cometh unto thee. And Israel strengthened himself and sat up on his bed. And Jacob said unto Joseph, God Almighty appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan. You remember that? And blessed me. And he said, Behold, I will make thee fruitful and multiply thee, and I will make of thee a multitude of people, and will give this land to thy seed after thee for an everlasting possession. And now thy 2 sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt, before I came to thee into Egypt, they are mine. As Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. And thy issue, which thou begettest after them, shall be thine, and shall be called after the name of their brethren in their inheritance. So Israel's actually pulling them in and saying they belong to me, and then we're going to get the 13 tribes. As for me, when I came to Paddan, Rachel died by me in the land of Canaan in the way. And yet there was little but to come unto the way of Ephrath, and I buried her there in the way of Ephrath, the same is Bethlehem. And Israel beheld Joseph's sons, and said, Who are these? And Joseph said unto his father, They are my sons, whom God hath given me in this place. And he said, Bring them, I pray thee, unto me, and I will bless them. Now the eyes of Israel were dim for age, so that he could not see. And he brought them near unto him, and kissed them, and embraced them. And Israel said unto Joseph, I had not thought to see thy face, and lo, God hath showed me also thy seed. And Joseph brought them out from between his knees, and he bowed down himself with his face to the earth. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim with his right hand towards Israel's left hand, and Manasseh towards his left hand, and brought them near unto him. And Israel stretched out his right hand and laid it on Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand upon Manasseh's, guiding his hands wittingly. For Manasseh was the firstborn. And he blessed Joseph and said, God, before my fathers Abraham and Isaac did walk, the God who fed me all my life long until this day. The angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads, and let my name be named on them, and the name of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. We're passing the family blessing on. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him. And he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head. And Joseph said to his father, Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand on his head. And his father refused and said, I know it, my son, I know it. He shall also become a people, and he shall also be great. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he. And his seed shall become a multitude of nations. And he blessed them, saying, In thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and Manasseh. And he set Ephraim before Manasseh. And Israel said unto Joseph, Behold, I die, but God shall be with you, and bring you again to the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite, with my sword and with my bow. And Jacob called to his sons, and said, Gather yourselves together, and I may tell you what shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together, and hear ye, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel, your father. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, the excellency of power. Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, then defiledst thou it. He went up to my couch. Simeon and Levi are brethren, instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. O my soul, come not thou into thy secret. Unto their assembly mine honor be thou not united. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they digged down a well. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob, and I will scatter them in Israel. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come, and unto him shall be the gathering of all the people. Binding his foal unto a vine, and his ass's colt unto the choice vine, he washed his garments in wine, and his clothes with the blood of grapes. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for a haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon. Issachar is a strong ass crouching between two burdens, and he saw that rest was good, and the land, it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and become a servant unto tribute. Dan shall judge his people, and one of the tribes of Israel. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path, that biteth the horse's heels, so that his rider shall fall backward. I have waited for thy salvation, O Lord. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. Naphtali is a hind let loose, he giveth goodly words. Joseph is a fruitful bough, even a fanciful bough bought by a well. Those branches run over the wall. The archers have sorely grieved him, and shot at him, and hated him. But his bow abode in strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong, by the hands of the mighty God of Jacob. From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. Even by the God of thy father who shall help thee, and by the Almighty who shall bless thee, with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lieth under, blessings of the breasts and of the womb. The blessings of thy father have prevailed, above the blessings of my progenitors, unto the utmost bound of everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren. Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel. And this is it that their father spake unto them, and blessed them. Everyone according to the blessing he blessed them. And he charged them, and said unto them, I am gathered unto thy people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite, in the cave that is in the field at Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought with the field of Ephron the Hittite for possession of a burying place. And they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife, and there they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife, and there I buried Leah. Interesting that he's going to be buried near Leah. The purchase of the field and of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. And when Jacob had made an end of commanding his sons, he gathered up his feet into the bed and yielded up the ghost and was gathered unto his people. There it is, the end of one phase, and we're going to move to the next. And actually, we're going to pretty quickly here, because we only have one more chapter left in Genesis, we're going to quickly see the end of that story that is really a family story. God is making his name known through this family of Abraham. The next we're going to see it's going to be a nation, so many people, and God is still going to make his name known through them. Catch you next time.